Alright, so in today's episode, we are going to talk about what happened on Thanksgiving, friends, family, SU game, and I got the knock. Yep, I had the knock over the night, about midnight, so let's chat about it in this video. Alright, so right now I'm on lunch break, and it's just a Monday after the whole Thanksgiving weekend, Black Friday. I had a great time with family. You know, it didn't really get too much filming done over the weekend, but I had a lot of editing to catch up on anyways. And I got to see all my family. So that's what Thanksgiving was. Black Friday, I went and hung out. We had dinner with friends and family that came in from Florida. And then Saturday, I ended up going to the football game with my pops. We had a great time, but I ended up getting the knock the other night. I had a police officer knocking at my window. And the crazy part about the whole situation is I was parking on private property. It's in a parking lot that I stay in often. And I guess, you know, after I did some thinking and a little bit of questioning, I realized that it probably wasn't smart that I was just all by myself, almost taking like prime location of the parking lot. So next time I'm just going to kind of tuck myself into the rest of the vehicles like I used to, and I think that would actually be a lot smarter for me. The police officer was nice though. You know, he knocked on the door. As soon as I opened it up, I realized that I knew him. So it's a small city in this area, so it was easy to see that it was a familiar face. And it just seemed like, first off, he wasn't familiar with the whole van life thing, but it also seemed like he was just doing a welfare check. He did explain to me that some neighbor called on me. I was pissed at the time, thinking, nosy neighbors, you know, why would you guys ever do that? But then I thought about it. You know, if you saw somebody with the lights on, staying multiple times a week in a van that looks like mine, I would either A, think creeper, B, tweaker, or C, spy, you know, investigating or something like that. So again, I'm from a small city. And this parking lot is very small too. There's only a rotation of probably roughly 5 cars. So to see an extra 6 car in there, it's very noticeable. So after a solid 12 hours of thinking, after being woken up and just a little pissed at night, I really went through and thoroughly dug deep to see why, and if I was doing something wrong. Chicken nuggies. Lunch of champions. Quick and easy. So, after the police left, I was just trying to figure out what I did wrong. Trying to contemplate if I should move. Trying to figure out, you know, I was kind of pissed at the nosy neighbors because they did state that it was the neighbors that called. I just didn't really know how to feel. So the next morning I woke up, asked the group, you know, that I'm in, just a big van life group, what their thoughts were. Had a lot of advice, the best and the worst advice. Definitely seemed like they were going tit for tat. Some were the police or law enforcement and people that were for it. Some were going completely against it and the opposite. So I just took it with a grain of salt and kind of read through everything. And I did actually learn quite a bit, you know, as far as just obvious things like don't make a ruckus, don't leave around trash. But things to, you know, the normal 10 and 6 rule that I knew, try to get in at 10, try to leave by 6. Also little things though that I didn't know about different laws in different states, and, you know, make sure you read into it before you just assume things. And also that it's not illegal to live in the car, you know. So there are a lot of things that I did look into and research further that I just never even knew. I just assumed things, and that's not smart. And this would be the first time that I had the knock. I've been living in the van every day since April-ish. I can't remember the exact date. I just know that I got it all ready to go, and it was warm enough out, so I hopped in as soon as I could. Might have been, no, I had to be April-ish. Sometime in April. Not exactly sure. But I've spent the night there a couple nights since, the last 2 nights, just to see, you know, if I was doing anything wrong, if I was overstaying my place. And it didn't seem to affect anybody at all, and I didn't get to knock it all again. So I know I wasn't being loud. I didn't have radio blasting or anything. I wasn't up late. You know, I go to bed pretty early and I wake up early and get out of there. So, and I know specifically that night it was cold, so I had my diesel heater on for a little while. Who knows? That might have sparked it too. So why did they call it 12:08 on a Thursday night? That boggled my mind as well, or on a Wednesday night. Who knows? You know, I don't know what caused that, but it doesn't really matter. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just sleeping, and I didn't get in any trouble, and I wasn't told I wasn't allowed to. Again, it was more of a welfare check. What are you doing? Do you still have your job? Are you okay? Is everything in life okay? Are you doing this because you want to? Once I was explaining myself, I kind of just said, you know, that hashtag VANLIFE. Pretty much stopped asking me questions. Said, oh, all right, I get it. As long as you're not on public property and causing conflict, then it's no big deal. So Thanksgiving was great. I had family. I ended up going to my mother's house in the morning and my father's house in the afternoon. Just hung out with them for the day and enjoyed myself, relaxed. The following day, we had family come in from Florida, and or friends come in from Florida. We ended up going out to dinner with them and hanging out at my father's house in a man cave for a while and just enjoy the night and the company. And then Saturday, as soon as I got out of work, I ended up going to the Syracuse-Wake Forest football game. That was Syracuse's last home game, and that was nice. I'll share some videos right here.
I bet a lot of these tight ends were QBs possibly in college or high school, so they at least.
And as you can see, we had great seats right in the end zone. My father's a season ticket holder, so it was awesome to get to a game this year and see a win. It was 35-31 overall score. Syracuse took the win, and because they were 6-6 this year, they were also bowl eligible, which would be phenomenal. So I'm not a huge sports stat fan, but I am a big fan of the sport itself. So, and because I'm local, I love Syracuse. Go Cubes! Sometimes the hardest part is just finding a place with good lighting. I'm still not good at it yet. I'm getting there. I do appreciate you guys sticking around through the whole video. These videos are a little different. I'm rambling a little bit more, just talking about my experiences. Definitely a little out of my comfort zone, so I greatly appreciate you watching all the way through. If you do like what you're watching, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and keep on coming back for more. I do have plans to keep on sharing more of my van life and my personal experiences out here on the road, so thank you. Keep on coming back. It's snowing out. I feel like Chewbacca right now. I always do No Shave November, but everything on my neck, I hate a mustache. It just irritates the crap out of me. So I'm ready to shave. It's warm though.